Pastoral theme 2025-2026, Hope Does Not Disappoint Us, opens another area for our society which we have to reflect on. What is about the disability? Friends, an inclusive society where every person with disability has their equal rights and opportunities is yet a dream in the society. It is the special condition of their life that leaves them socially, economically, politically, educationally, and even religiously excluded, besides various other aspects. Incidentally, their situation is regarded as pitiable, which is expressed through sympathetic phrases like poor them or why did God do this to them, instead of enabling them to integrate into the society. As a result, they are often viewed as a burden to the society. It is our bounden responsibility to recognize their value and dignity and truly integrate them into the society by ensuring they receive the equal rights and opportunities in life. The Persons with Disabilities Act 2016 was enacted to legally empower and protect the rights of persons with disabilities. Our behaviors towards the person with disabilities is very damaging. We consider them as non-existent, offer no opportunities, view them with anger, hide them in homes, never expose them to the world, consider them as economic burden and exclude them from all the spheres of life. When a disabled child is born in the family, often family shuns them and parents are left to fend them for themselves. Sometimes the fathers desert the family and the mothers have to provide care as single parent. As a parent of a disabled child, I can better relate to these aspects. The families are ostracized and are not welcome for the family functions along with their disabled child. They are often viewed as ones who disturb peace of the locality or household. In some neighborhoods and communities, people insult or mock them, calling them insane, damaging their worth, and failing to see that they too have dignity and deserve respect. It is to be noted that being disabled does not mean being incomplete. This notion has to be dethroned in all spheres. We need to rather see their strength, that how in one unique way God expresses His glory. When we recognize their diversity and support them, we understand their worth and include them, their voices, in the expression of Christ's mission and holiness. Also, our churches are not sensitive enough towards people with disabilities. Should we not admit that we are deaf to the deaf Catholic community? When they attend the Mass, don't we turn our heads towards them? Aren't they considered responsible for mass disturbance and hence have to be kept at home? Are they chosen as lectors? If yes, do we have the patience to listen attentively to them? Are they allowed to serve at the altar? Don't we tag them that they are unable and hyperactive? With such attitudes, the mission of synodality will remain a distant dream which Holy Father Pope Francis has called us to live. The Holy Bible teaches us how to conduct ourselves with and towards persons with disabilities. The book of Leviticus instructs us to care for and to protect the person with hearing impaired and visual impaired and not to place obstacles in their path. The many miracles of Jesus in favor of persons with disabilities confirms His closeness to them.
Moved by the example of Jesus, the Archdiocese of Goa, Daman and Diu pioneered in initiating the first educational and vocational training institutions for persons with disabilities in Old Goa, namely the St. Francis Xavier's Vocational Training Center and St. Xavier's Academy under Caritas Goa by the late Archbishop Raul Gonsalves in October 1978. Besides academics, It helped several disabled sports enthusiasts to secure gold and silver medals at the International Special Olympics, even till date. Later, from July 2012, Caritas Goa expanded its specific services for the deafblind children and young adults across the state of Goa through the new centers for the deafblind in Saligaon and Margao. The church in Goa, through Caritas Goa, has a unique distinction of being the only organization in the state of Goa in providing exemplary services to nearly 1,000 children and young adults, of which almost 300 are homebound, with absolutely no services reaching them. Moreover, from 2016, the church in Goa set up Divya Sadan, the only residential community home for intellectually disabled adults in Goa. On 5th July 2025, the Deaf Ecclesial Advocacy and Fraternity initiative was launched by Archbishop Philip Neri Cardinal Ferrao at the Training Cum Production Center for the Disabled in Old Goa. There is a concerted effort of late levied in organizing the deaf Catholic community in Goa to cater to their spiritual needs, marking the church's commitment towards the deaf community. Incidentally, the first sign language mass was celebrated by Father Joseph Termadam, a deaf priest, during the exposition of the Sacred Relics of St. Francis Xavier 2024. Now, the practice of celebrating Mass by the deaf priest for the deaf Catholic community continues periodically. It is heartening to note that many parishes across Goa have taken positive steps to sensitize the people by visiting and supporting the institutes serving the disabled, which gives them the experience of embracing the disabled community. What can we do personally and as a community to celebrate the Jubilee year, bringing hope that does not disappoint for persons with disabilities? We have to reflect on how to involve persons with disabilities more actively in our society, small Christian communities, and church. We can identify and create a database of all the categories of persons with disabilities in our parish. We can inquire if all receive the social security benefits from the government. We can map the ability quotient of each disabled to recognize their special gifts and explore the possibilities of education, vocational support, livelihood options, etc. We can ensure that all the physical spaces of worship, institutions of education, vocational training, and other spaces are made inclusive and accessible with disabled-friendly ramps, toilets, visual signs, railings, etc. We can also access opportunities for all by focusing on their abilities, not on disabilities. Training educators to teach catechism, liturgy, word of God should be through sign language, and preparation for all sacraments and teachings should be made accessible. Including them in the associations, church bodies, church activities, etc. must be a priority. In conclusion, I would like to quote late Pope Francis, who on the occasion of International Day of Persons with Disabilities on 3rd December 2021 declared that, I quote, "The church is truly your home, and in this home, everyone has their own role, and together we form the church, because Jesus has joined us together in his friendship." Unquote. Let us therefore journey together in communion with our brothers and sisters with disabilities.